All right, so part 3. If you're still with us, good to hear. So, back to the awkward Daydream team here. So we've talked about Kylo Ren. So naturally, we should talk about Han and Chewie and the bad breakup.
Yes, the very bad breakup.
Right? Broke my heart.
Yeah. No, I thought the way they did Han was great. He almost didn't feel like Han, but mostly because it felt like an older Han, a more mature, whereas...
Okay, it still feels like Han.
Yes. But a
Han we haven't seen in a long time.
Yes.
Which I think is what they were trying to come across. Like, he's still the smuggler we all know and love. I love that he still owes money to people. He didn't learn his lesson after being frozen in carbonite. He owes, like, what, 50 grand to 2 different groups that we've heard of so far. And they both teamed up to come and collect. That was classic Han. He's like, hey, no, I'm going to pay you back, like, one day. I've already spent the money, though, so I don't have it right now.
Yeah.
So it's great to know that even after being frozen in carbonite and going temporary blind and all that, he has not learned his lesson.
Yeah.
He went straight back to the smuggling trade. Mm-hmm. I love that he had a big old freighter. Mm-hmm. I thought that was funny. It's like, oh, okay, smuggling is doing well with him, you know, despite his debt.
Yeah.
So I thought that was fun. I liked his little intro. They thought, they were being grabbed by the First Order. And it was really just Han taking his damn ship back. Cool. I'm not gonna lie. When he showed up, I normally don't applaud in movies, but I clapped. I clapped. I didn't cheer, but I did clap because it was great to see him again.
Yeah.
No, and I was worried how that line, we're home, was gonna come across after seeing it in the trailers. I was like, in the trailers, I get how it is. Like, hey, we're back.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure how it was going to be in the movie, and I like how it did turn out in this.
I thought...
And that's why I clapped.
Yeah.
As cheesy as
I still don't think... I don't like clapping.
No. Well, fine. You're boring anyways. Well, how did you feel about it, Joe? Because I feel like we've been keeping you out of the conversation. Fine.
I basically agree with everything you said.
You're just there like,
yeah.
You got it, man. You got this.
I'm the yes man. Yes.
I've seen it so many times all once together.
But is there anything I can't really? No.
Okay.
I thought Chewie was really fun, by the way. Like, because I mean, this isn't me moving on from talking about Han. I just think Han and Chewie are very closely tied together. Chewie came across a bit like a player, though,
Yeah, that nurse was like flirting with him.
No, it wasn't that she was flirting with him. She's like, "Oh wow, you're so brave." Like in Wookiee talk. Oh yeah, you have not. Can I get your digits? Like that's how I felt like Chewie was kind of acting at times in the movie.
I guess I have one question. It's how did they know each other for so long, and Han has never fired like Chewie's bowcaster?
That's a really good point. And I remember thinking about that. I totally forgot though. Because he fired. It was like
he's like, oh, I like
nice. Maybe Chewie had maybe now that they've been together for like 30, 40 years, like he felt comfortable enough to be like, hey Chewie, let me try that. Like I don't know. Like
I guess that was the first. Maybe that was the first opportunity because.
Maybe they haven't been.
You don't take a Wookiee stuff
because we never see Chewie get hit with a blaster before. It happened in this one.
Yeah, no, and wasn't a stormtrooper either.
No.
Yeah.
So it was
like
stormtroopers still apparently have really bad aim.
There's those Deadpool-looking guys in that one school.
Oh yeah, okay, it wasn't the guys from the raid. They were on the ship. They didn't do much though.
No, I was so disappointed that
because I saw them. I was like, oh, it's the guys from the raid. It's like Joe's gonna be having a field day, and then they just kind of ran around. I was like, oh,
it's like
no kung fu. Because I remember on Facebook you were wondering if that one stormtrooper with the lightning swirling thing was one of the dudes from the raid, and I was like, ooh, that might be them. No, it wasn't. But obviously the big thing about Force Awakens with Han and Chewie, specifically Han, he did. He totally died.
Hey, I need you to help me with something.
Oh. Too soon.
Are you sure?
We reenacting this? Is this it? Are we gonna in post put the red beam going through me? Thanks, guys. At least, you think of me as Han.
the moment that they kind of started, for me, got close. I'm like, he's gonna die.
I'm not gonna lie, and this might have just been me. I think at the time it was just like when they said Kylo Ren's his son, I was like, oh god, he's gonna kill Han. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm just full of crap. Now they did it. Like it was at that moment when Han is placing the charges and he sees Kylo Ren walking on that bridge and he's just staring, and you just remembered like 10 minutes ago Leia said, "Bring our son back."
Yeah.
You're just like, oh god.
Yeah.
And like as he's walking up, for me at least, my heart was hammering in my chest. I was like, is it gonna happen? Oh god. I was borderline hyperventilating.
Yeah.
Like I felt such dread in that scene. And when it happened, the shock didn't kick in. And I've heard this from a lot of people. The shock kicked in when Chewie freaked out.
Yeah.
When Chewie started freaking out, it set in.
Yeah.
Like that's where I was like, oh god, he dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that really hit home for me. Like the minute Chewie was freaking out, it was a done deal. I was like, well, maybe they'll patch him up still. No, he's dead.
No, he's gone.
So, I'm sure a lot. I could see that being a very like definitive moment of whether someone liked or disliked this movie. I could see that happening. Some fans out there, I'm sure, are gonna be like, well, they should not have killed Han. If they had left Han alone and killed Chewie, then I'd be okay with it.
I think you get as much as the divisiveness with Chewie, but
I mean, if they killed Chewie, I might have cried. I love Chewie.
Yeah,
it's the hair. But I don't know. Like I could just see that being very divisive. I haven't heard of anything. I could see it happening.
I think they did a good job of mending it at the end with having Rey get in Han's spot, and kind of becoming Chewie's new companion.
Yeah, Chewie's not totally alone.
Yeah.
Which did break my heart a little. I was like,
yeah.
Chewie.
Yeah.
I think what it comes down to is that this movie is really about just the new characters, like Poe, Finn, Rey, and these, even though these billings that they get, Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford at the top, they're really just kind of just side characters.
Well, I think maybe killing Han might be kind of being a send off for the original characters as well.
Yeah, letting you know, like, hey, this isn't their story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they're here, but don't expect them to be the main attraction.
Yeah.
So, I can see that. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But Han will be missed. Until the Han Solo spin-off movie. That may or may not happen. I don't know.
What was your alternate name for him again?
Oh, Han Yolo? Right? Like, it was like right after the credits. I'm like, huh, Han Solo. Han Yolo. Too soon.
Hashtag.
Yeah, I put in a request. If you're ever going to tweet about Han Solo or any crap, or at least the Force Awakens, put Han Yolo. Why not? It'd be hilarious. Or horrible. I don't know. It's up to you. Now, you mentioned Poe. This is going to be brief because there's not a lot of him in it. But Poe was awesome.
Poe was great.
With what little we saw of Poe, he was great. He was an awesome star pilot. I mean, he was blowing up those TIE fighters in that tracking shot like no other. I was like, woo.
He's like the guy you want to be your best friend forever.
Yeah. I loved when Finn and Poe reunited.
Right? It's like you guys knew each other for all 5-10 minutes. Right. And you guys are like, man, I missed you so much, man.
Hey,
me too.
Finn did save him after all.
Well, he did also give Finn his name.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they never gave us names. I'll call you Finn.
Yeah.
It's like, I like that.
He's like friendship defining moments right here.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. He rescued him, and it just went from there. It's like in the expanded universe, the Han Chewie. Maybe they're the new Han and Chewie actually, because in the expanded universe, I don't know if it's still canon because Disney retconned it, but Han Solo was in Stormtrooper Academy or something like that, and had a crisis of conscience and rescued Chewie from slavery, and then Chewie declared a life debt. I think. I don't know. I might be wrong. And if I am, oops. But, I mean, if that is true and that is still canon, that could be the new Han Chewie dynamic.
Yeah.
Except you can understand Chewie.
You can understand that thing?
Hey, watch it, pal. He can understand you. There were a lot of good one-liners in that. They're so quotable.
It was great.
But yeah, I'm hoping for more Poe, and also speaking of underused characters that were heavily advertised, Captain Phasma.
Yeah,
there was like no Captain Phasma. Yeah. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. I think all three of us are.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that Brienne of Tarth was going to be in it, I was like, oh dang! And then how heavily she was in all the advertisements and marketing. Yeah. I have a cup with her on it.
She was kind of like the worst captain ever, if you really think about it. It's like
right into the trash compactor.
Can't discipline her troops, and gets captured by a Wookiee. You know, it's like
and one of her troops that went AWOL.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe she's the new Boba Fett though. She didn't have a ton to do, but maybe she'll become super popular like Boba was. But yeah. So
real quick, who's your favorite character?
I hate you. I don't know.
I'm going with Rey.
You're going with Rey. Yeah.
I'm gonna answer last. You gotta go next.
I want to say Finn, to be honest.
Finn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know what Luke's gonna say.
This would be a great point to do a clip, but I won't. So we're not gonna pull a Force Awakens.
Just make up your damn mind, Luke.
You shut the hell up. Kylo Ren.
Okay.
And
that's it.
I mean, there's a few reasons. A, synthesized voice, super awesome.
Yeah.
B, his lightsaber, I loved it. Despite it being an imperfect saber, I thought it was a really intense saber. Especially in Dolby Atmos, hearing that lightsaber when it was like ignited and everything, it didn't sound like a normal saber. It was just really just like, oh god, like your butt cheeks clench. You're like, get used to this, folks. And then, of course, my personal favorite, because I do the same thing. He rages at bad news so hard. He rages. They tell the first time you see him rage when they're like, oh yeah, the droid got away on the Millennium Falcon. And you just hear it ignite, and you just start slashing a computer for like 10, 15 seconds straight, and he stops. Anything else? And the guy's like, and there was a girl with them. And he's like, oh, and he was just like, okay, no more freak outs.
And then choke.
Oh yeah, where he just brings him in. Like it wasn't even a full Force choke. He's just like, it was full Scorpion. Get over here. If that does not become a GIF with sound out there, I commissioned someone. Go online, make that a thing with that get over here thing. It'll be great. And then obviously he rages a lot because there's the other rage scene where Rey escapes and he's just freaking out and it's just slashing everything, and outside of it the two stormtroopers come down and one's like, oh no man, this whole thing, just let's go. Like stormtroopers have learned at this point, stay out of his way. Like this is apparently a common thing, and that's why I like him, because yes, he's a villain, he's not a perfect villain, he has emotions, and he's an angry individual just like myself. And I love it. Also, I took a character quiz, and apparently I got Kylo Ren. So that's why I love him.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's part 3, 4. I don't know what part this is. It's in the title. There's more though. So go to the next part, whatever part that is, and watch it so you can see us make more stupid jokes. I don't know. Up to you. All right, real quick thanks to our sponsors, Imagine That 3D, where you can get stuff 3D printed like this Kylo Ren lightsaber hilt. You can just go online to imaginethat3-3d.com. submit a design. They ship all over the nation. It's pretty cool stuff. So again, thanks from us here at Awkward Daydream.